Well, good morning. Bry Guy here. We're a little far away from home. 217 kilometers is what I put on to get here. We're basically in Bible Hill area. So I'll make sure everything's locked up here. Yeah, so that was a long drive, hour and a half. But that's how you got to get out and do some exploration, is you got to get away from home. Look at that Polaris Ace. Anyway, yeah, we're out here. We're gonna go to Big Al's restaurant, or find our way to Big Al's restaurant if my goggles stop fogging up. I can actually see. It's supposed to be a little bit warm today, and I was an idiot and didn't bring any sunscreen for my neck, so I'm gonna come back looking like this. I guess that's cute. We got everything locked up. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, we got that. Anyway, we will see you guys out on the trail. Thanks for joining me. Oh, I got a feeling it's gonna be dusty. I'm already tasting it. It's been so dry. We've had like 3 months of no rain. We've had like showers here and there, but nothing really significant. There's crops that are dry, stuff's dying. Oh, it's just crazy. And yet all around the province we're getting rain. Go figure. How's everybody doing with lockdown? Hopefully everybody's out and about now, but it's been weird. Name of this road that we're on here is, I can't remember. I'll post it somewhere. I think Jollytown Road. I really don't think there's any issue with driving ATVs on this road, considering that there's a crap ton of tracks everywhere. Some towns are like that. I'm running a little bit lower tire pressure here today. I'm running about 4.5 pounds front and rear. I had them at 5.5. I was scared of rolling that tire off the rim like I did before. But it still had that slow leak, so I put some tire slime in it, and you know, knock on wood, everything's going to work out on for that tire slime. It's worked for me in the past, so I would love to get a set of Elka Stage 3s. They had a contest not too long ago on Elka's website. If you're not familiar with Elka's, they're a Canadian company, a Quebec company who makes performance shocks. And I'd love to get a Stage 3 set, which is a piggyback set of shocks, just to be able to get a little bit more of a smoother ride. This is a new bike to me, new bike overall, and I'd like to invest in it, but they are pricey. So I got to put some money into the farm first before I even think about that. Hit the brakes. Oh, and they think ATVs do damage. Little squeakage going on in the back side of that Can-Am. Right hand side rear. Trail. Sometimes the power line trails are pretty neat. There, my head's level to give you any indication. are deeper than you think. They're not deep, but I mean, they're just, yeah. You go hitting them faster than what you should. High gear. Now just passed a trail marker sign that said 411 East. I don't know what that's probably for the snowmobile club. But I don't know what club would be out this way. I'm not a sledder. Well, thank you, Brian. Donated by John Ross and Sons. What? I used to work for those guys. That's a lot of juice being pumped out of those things. Michelin electric. Breakdown. Idea where we're at, but that's why I'm here, exploring some new trail systems. Lots of these highway type roads here are just for mainly snowmobiles in the wintertime. Those are the guys who maintain most of the trail systems down this way. So I'd like to get on here for like a couple days, just do some exploration, just some offshoots, some secondary and tertiary trails. Now where we were at, I don't know if you noticed it, maybe if it's on video, I'll point it out. There's a bunch of blueberry fields in the background, and Blueberries is actually in Nova Scotia, it's a good business. Well, I say good business, it is a business. It used to thrive quite a bit here, and it still kind of does, but the cost of the blueberries per acre, what the farmers get compared to what they're buying it for, is just pennies on the dollar. Just pennies. So it's hard to make a living. Speaking of blueberry fields, there's one right here. All wild blueberries. Not high bush like you find in a farming situation where people are farming high bush blueberries in rows. These are all wild blueberries. Just acres of it. Mckenzie Cemetery. It's like a little private cemetery in there. You know what? You find that a lot up this area. You've never seen it on camera or anything like that. I don't show it, but we have a hunting camp in the Kodiak area, and you'll see little pockets of cemeteries all over the place for, I guess, the early settlers who came there, you know, 1700s, 1800s. It's really cool to actually see. Mind you, the headstones aren't really well kept, but I guess if it's like a family cemetery, they would upkeep it themselves. That's an impressive view. I imagine about late September, early October, I guess, when the leaves are all changed colors. Trails like this, they just look beautiful in the fall. That's my favorite time to ride. It's my favorite time of the year is autumn. Smell that old burnt mud. That 4.5 PSI on the tires make a difference over this kind of terrain too. It just gives it a little bit more cushion before the suspension takes over. Providing you don't do what I did that day we went to that Scott paper camp. Just roll the tire right off the rim. Oh, Yamaha engine braking, I love it. I'm still in two-wheel drive here too, high gear. Development. Like this, that's all really fresh because the weeds haven't even grown up through it. it tastes better out in the trail, but if our trail destination is right to a restaurant, I'm fine with that. Now I know that ribbon was there. Off camber. It's a nice little trail. I like this one. Oh, I just switched her into two-wheel drive low just to take away the lugging that you're experiencing in high range. Not a traction issue, more so of a speed issue. Doing that always helps the belts last longer, unless you're riding a Honda, which is all gear driven. Many years ago now, I remember looking at a Dirt Wheels magazine, and it was like 1996 or 97, and I know Polaris always had belt-driven ATVs, but I think one of the first to actually kind of modify that design was Kawasaki. They had a KVF something, KVF 700? No, I don't think it was that big. It couldn't have been that big. 400 might have been. I can't remember. It's been a while. Yeah, and I remember looking at the ad, and the ad said something should happen automatically. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's going to be pretty much the future right there. And I was correct. I was saying that CVT transmissions were definitely going to be the way to go. Some may disagree, but I think it's really opened up the sport to a lot of different people. I'm going to try to make it through there. I think I can. Didn't even touch bottom. I think Jeff could have made it through there. Just needed somebody to spot some tires on top of those tall rocks, that's all. That's the type of fuel can I really wish I had, was one of those Roto packs. Extreme to the other, a nice smooth grassy trail to a rock garden. Love the diversity of trails in Nova Scotia. Little excitement. Oh, it's a little waterfall. Love being able to see my temperature, by the way. Every bike and side-by-side should have that. Ooh, it's warm in there. That's pretty cool. Woo! Yes, sir. Take my goggles off. Right on. Slippery. Gotta clean that water is. I'm gonna go up this steep hill here. Apparently we got a little bit of a hill climb, so I'm gonna get people coming up the hill. Yeah, it's a hill. Not a bad hill, but it's a hill. Like it was nothing. Just like that. Big old wide thing. Right on. Geez, I wonder if the water comes right up over this road. That's an old camp. What a spot though. Well, I'm betting there's some snowmobile drag racing going on here in the wintertime, providing that lake freezes. I can't quite see what it is on my GPS. I'll go back and check it later. Crystal clear water though, look. See right down to the bottom. That's pronounced Tattamgouche, by the way. Not Tattamagouche. And I normally do not record ATVs on the road. But I want to make a point, yet once again. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, actually 7 people who are going to buy gas, who are going to buy food, and support the local economy. And this is not supposed to be allowed. It's time for a change, Nova Scotia. We're 10 to 15 years behind everybody else. And look at that. Now, small towns like this, I don't think they mind too much. Pretty busy spot. Holy jeez. Big Al better be home. Holy. I guess today is the day that Big Al's cooking. So we're taking a little bit of a different way home. This video might end up being longer than I thought, but who knows? This is a motel, by the way. If you ever wanted to stay in an old train, this is a motel. Pretty neat. You can see the AC units in some of the cabins, or camp, whatever they're called, caboose. Cars, that's the word I'm looking for, is cars. Just like out home in the Annapolis Valley, this is a rails to trail system here. So this used to be your old rail line that they've taken the railroad tracks out since they don't run trains through here anymore, and changed it into a multi-use trail. Now, I don't know about areas down this way or up this way technically, but in the Annapolis Valley there are certain sections that are close to residential areas or towns where they've completely closed it off to motorized vehicles except snowmobiles. And the reason for that is they claim that it's dangerous for children to walk on these rails to trails while going to school. Okay. sure. So nobody's ski falls down in that in the wintertime. Anybody wondering where the power lines are, this is a natural gas pipeline. So for those for the naysayers, I guess, who are against all the destruction of a natural gas pipeline, it's 20 feet. Two-wheel drive. Christmas tree farm. Oh, some of them are already tagged, look. Nova Scotia does a lot of Christmas tree farm business here. I don't know about this year, but last year there were so many ticks that, you know, the Christmas tree farmers and the workers were just, every time they come home, they have to have their wives or somebody else just go over the whole friggin' side of them would just be covered in ticks. You know, on that subject, I know some of my subscribers also subscribe to and watch Cubby's ATV Adventures with his wife CK. And if you've been following along his adventures, he last year, the year before, got diagnosed with Lyme disease that he's had for a while. And the longer you have that, the harder it is and the longer it takes to get rid of. So, you know, shout out to Cubbies. If you do watch my videos, Cubbies, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I hope you've been feeling better, man. I actually haven't been watching your channel as close as I should be. I've just been busy with work, but, you know, I hope everything is still slowly coming around for you bit by bit. Can you guys see anything? Right on. Warming shack, courtesy of the Snowmobile Association of Nova Scotia. Ugh. Last water hole, I drenched myself. I just left a little message in that logbook inside the warming hut there, so if you see that, come to the channel, say hi. Yeah, it's probably going to be dark by the time I get home. I got an almost 2-hour drive ahead of me. It's 5 o'clock now. We left at, well, we got here where we left the trailhead at about 10 o'clock. I was saying to Jeff that I don't mind driving this far away from home for a day trip if we're putting on this type of miles. And these trails are beautiful. according to the GPS, we are somewhat close to the trucks. Probably about 15-20 minutes away. So I will bid you adieu for the time being. I really appreciate your guys' likes, comments, views, and for joining me on this run. Again, I keep saying I try to get out, but there's a lot of circumstances, especially this year, a lot of circumstances that have come up. So it's always great when I get the opportunity to come out with some of the guys, do a nice long run like this. We're coming up at about 120 kilometers that we've done in a loop. It's probably, well, it will be more by the time we're back. So anyway, I'm rambling. You guys should have a good night. My name is Ryguy8888. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next run. Ryguy out.